I'm Ryan Benson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
I'm Dylan Bowden.
We are PopCulturists.
And employed.
Not this one. I quit my job.
Wow. Tell the people listening.
So, bit of backstory. First kid was born when I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So me being the shining knight that I am, dropped out of school, got a job, support the fam. Yeah. That didn't fucking work out anyway. But so I've been working for the same company since I was 16.
Yeah.
15. So 13 years now.
Supermarket chain, perhaps.
It's a large supermarket chain. I'm not going to elaborate too much more because I'm still technically employed for the next few weeks.
Well, no, it's just so we get an understanding of what industry you're in.
Supermarkets, kind of retail.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about this for a while, but I had the first 2 weeks of January off, and I went back to work this week on Tuesday, and I walked in there and I just went, like I am just like checked out, just gone, yeah. And so I sat down. I sat at the computer for like 10 minutes, just in the office by myself, just sitting, contemplating life. And I looked at my leave, I'm like, so I've got this much and that much and then that and that. And I just went, I'm out, I quit, I'm done.
Because you've worked at like 13 years
said it
now.
anyway, yeah.
Damn. Well, you've worked at
13 years, yeah. So I have long service leave, and I have a lot of annual leave, which all comes to me should I resign, which I have. So I've got about, all things considered, 3.5, 4 months of no change of lifestyle unemployment.
Wow. So
gaming backlog's going to get fucking destroyed. The thing for me is that, you know, since I was a teen, like mid-teens, I've never had the time to myself. You know, I've never had that, I just work part-time and fuck around the rest of the time. I've always been full-time hours just for so long, and I cracked. I was like, I've had enough. I've for the first time in my life, I've quit my job. I've got 4 months to just wing it.
So
and I've never done this before.
You hit what people hit in their like mid-40s after they've worked for 20-something years.
And it's not a midlife crisis. I'm like mentally I'm okay. It's just I just hit that working wall, and because I started earlier than a lot of people do, you know that's come earlier for me. I'm 29 next month. So yeah, I'm just winging it.
How long was it? So before you had these 2 weeks in January, when was the last time you had like weeks of holidays to come back to work after being away for a period
I had all of September off when we went to EV Expo. And just that's kind of when this downward trajectory started.
The contemplation.
Yeah, the contemplation. Yes, I didn't do anything for that month other than go to EV with you guys and just thinking, you know, what am I going to do?
Like the amount of times we've had discussions of you you had like
for months I've been talking about it.
You're like, I don't know where to go and when to do it.
Because it traps you. Yeah, when you've been with the company for as long as I have, you need to give at least a month's notice to leave. And if you are trying to find something else, not a lot of places are going to wait a month. Now, it doesn't matter how well qualified you are. If there's a job advertised, they need it filled, and they need it filled pretty fucking soon.
Yeah.
It's very rare to find something a month later. So I thought maybe I'll study. You know, maybe I'll go to uni and I'll do a course, one of the courses I've always wanted to do in graphic design or web design and stuff like that. But the transition from what I am to that is impossible as well. So I pulled the trigger. I'm out, I quit, I'm going to wing it. So that means I can do more stuff for us, for starters. Take some editing responsibilities from you.
Appreciate it.
And you. But yeah, my gaming backlog's going to get destroyed.
So is that your plan?
That's
just
my plan.
To chill out and just find yourself? Is
As
this your gap year?
corny as it sounds, yeah.
How long do you think it'll take before you get bored? There are people out there like, I get bored. I'm like, you are mental.
About 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
I just had 2 weeks off.
I could never work again.
I just had 2 weeks off, and by the end of the second week, I was bored shitless.
Wow.
Look, I'll back you with that. I just had 7 weeks off for paternity leave for my son. So after 2-3 weeks, I was like, I want to go back.
Yeah.
I want to go back. Yeah. I need routine. I need it back. And but routine found itself. No. It's like routine found itself in my time off. Okay. So when I went back,
you had enough time for the whole routine shit.
Yeah. So my routine changed, and my routine, the way I lived, altered to fit my son and to fit what it took to look after him and all that sort of stuff.
Judge Judy, Ready Steady Cook.
No daytime TV, funny enough.
Really?
A lot of daytime Netflix.
No Bold and Beautiful?
No Bold.
Oh man, you're missing out.
So when I went back to work a day before you did.
Yeah.
And I walked straight into I work at a contact center, like a call center.
Yeah. And you messaged me.
I walked in, I'm like, dude,
nope,
I'm done. But I don't have that much leave. I don't have a choice. I'm stuck where I am. See,
and yeah, that's how I felt for the last X many years. Like I'm stuck. I'm in this retail loop for the rest of my life. I'm going to be one of those miserable 50-year-olds that work retail. Not that all of them are, but you know the stereotype.
It exists for a reason.
I just had to get out. Like I will happily, in 3 or 4 weeks after I finish, like you know how you see like you're walking down a main street and you see an ad in the window, you need casual cafe worker for 2 days, 5 hours a week, help wanted. I will do that. Like I'm just going to try anything I can walk past and get into. You know, even if I get a part-time gig that stretches my leave, might pay out even longer. So, I'm just, if you've got any games to recommend for an unemployed part-time parent,
Persona comes out in April.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's good though to change up your job. I don't know, every 5 years maybe, even if it's the same kind of business that you're in, but in a different place. Meet new people, new environment.
And I was like, and you read, the average person has something like 4 or 5 careers throughout their life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
been in the one.
I'm about 20% through my working life, so that was, it's time to change something.
Yeah.
And whether that means I just live stream for 2 months and become the next Pewds. Like if I take my shirt off with all this hair, that might bring the ladies in.
Get that, become a booby streamer.
Yeah, come on. A sack streamer.
Yeah.
But no, and there's even, there's games I've avoided buying because I look at it and go, I really want to play that, but I will never, ever have the time to invest in that game. And now I can. But I need to be smart too because I'm obviously unemployed, so I can't really go dicking with my money. That's even saying that. All the videos I've made about getting the Switch day one, I might need to back that off a little bit.
Wearing a hat.
I'm wearing a hat. Thank you. Yeah, just got to be smart. But I'm terrified and optimistic about the future.
It sounds like I said. I want to talk about it. It's fucked for me to think about. For you, because I'm like, man, that, the size of your balls is insane. But the difference is, for me, since I've worked since I was 14 and 9 months or whatever. I've worked all then, but I've studied as well.
Yeah.
So I have not had a full-time job since, 2 years ago when I started at where I work now. So it's my burnout's different.
Yeah.
My burnout came from working really crappy retail and fast food part-time jobs while paying for university. And while I was at university, after a couple of years, I was doing a course I didn't care about. So now I'm out of that with a massive HECS debt, working in the first full-time job that would hire me because no one would hire me with my degree. Yeah. Because it's a tough industry. I'm a scientist, so it's a tough industry to get into. And the worst part is now, I'm 5-7 years out from when I finished my degree, and I've not been in a lab since. Yeah. I don't know where to go. I don't know what jobs to do. This we made $27 the last month in ad revenue. That can't do a thing. It's kind of but that's what I mean.
We're gonna get a bucket of
I'm stuck.
Hey, that's dinner.
What's that?
That's dinner. Cash it. Cash that shit.
No, I'm gonna get when we make a first hunch.
I'm gonna get theoretical YouTube cash.
When we get our first hunch, I'm gonna get it framed. I'm gonna put it in here.
And then we're gonna hit a really bad day in Spain.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. I can only ever do pooey jobs now. Yeah. Essentially.
Do you think that at this point, if it's too far gone for you to get into a lab?
100%.
You've been out of a lab for too long that no one's going to want to hire you?
100%. And the problem is,
And so you've got this HECS debt, and it's just why?
But, the HECS debt isn't, it's a problem, but it isn't, because some great things come out of it. I learned a lot about myself as I studied. Yeah. I met my wife there. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's all these things. If I didn't go to uni, I wouldn't be the person I am today. But... Damn. It's just, you know, I'll never have like any job now is you can't just walk in. You've got to like have degrees and experience. And like I'm actively job hunting and I can't find anything.
Yeah.
Because it's all like you need this, this, and this.
Yeah.
I found a job for EB Games. They want a video content and social media manager. Like you read the description and it's literally what we do on a daily basis.
In Brisbane.
But it's in Brisbane. Like we would own that job in a heartbeat.
Yeah. What about you? How are you enjoying your working full-time life?
I love it.
How long have you been
Anybody sees
full-time
this
for
video?
now? A few months?
I don't care what they're going to do.
Yeah, a few months now.
Yeah. Is that hard adjustment? Well,
Yeah.
when did you last work a full-time gig before what you do now?
When I was working at another call centre, so from like July to January, and that was tough.
Not the
Of 2015.
Yeah, okay.
So before you moved to Geelong.
Yeah, so I've always had like I did work a full-time job, which was like 9 to like 6:30. And then when I was let go from that one, I had like just the same as you. I was paid out whatever I had. I'd worked there for like 5 years, so I had a fair amount. I had about 3 months to just do whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a good time. Like I'm working for like 5 years. I'm just gonna take time. And everybody's always like, I get bored, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, you kidding? I watched like 400 movies that year. I went to the shops, got 10 DVDs for $10, 3 times a week, laid on the couch, chips all over me. Like, there was one day where we had the house inspection, and my housemate hadn't told me that it was that day. And I had like, you know when the house inspection comes around, and you're like, oh, clean everything, and look, I didn't, like, it was months away that she was coming. So I was laying there, shades closed because it's a hot day, 12 midday. I'm like laying on the couch, like just in my shirt. I don't even know if I had pants. Like there were like the week's worth of like chip, KFC, and McDonald's that I didn't put in the bin, didn't bother, piled there. And I hear a knock on the door, and I'm like, oh, it's probably like door knockers. I'm just gonna pretend no one's there. Door opens, she peeks around the corner, and I'm just like, oh. And I'm just like, this. I'd never let it get this way if I didn't know someone was coming. Chicken bones, all sorts, old fries.
I can imagine because we've like you.
You know, and I'm just like, there's nothing you can do. I'm just like, oh, I thought it was the other day. She's like, I'm gonna go.
She left.
Yeah.
She didn't do the inspection.
No, she said I'll come back at a better time. I didn't know it was today. So that was probably my lowest. But yeah, I did that, and then going to part-time when I first started this new job, it was good because I could still do this stuff, I could still get in the flow. Working full-time, when I was working at my previous job, I lived like an hour, 20-minute drive out. So I'd either train it at like 5:30 in the morning and get there by like 8:30, and then do like a 8-hour day and then do the same back, which killed me.
5 days a week.
Yep, or drive there, and they did weekends as well, so you do like Saturdays. Or drive there, which is like an hour 40 in traffic. And like racing the clock to get there every day, so that pressure of getting to work on time. Then I'd stay back and follow things up as well because I was new. Then go back and get home at like 10 o'clock, and then do the podcast and stuff that we were doing for like DC. So yeah, going back to full time now after settling in part time.
Adjustment period.
It's the same. It's just like getting there at 8 in the morning. I'm just like, I need another 2 hours, and I get 6 hours as my limit. After 6 hours, I'm like, I cannot concentrate, I cannot do this. And the last 2 hours today took 6 hours. Like, that clock didn't move per half hour.
Well, what were you saying about people, like, you can't believe people get bored when they've got all this time off? I think it'll be different for me this time is because, anytime I've had, like, 2 weeks off work, there's always, I'm going back. I've got 10 days before I'm going to go back. I'll go back.
Yeah.
Now it's Monday the second week. I'll go back to work next week. And it kills your drive to go and do something and have fun.
Well, you want to relax, but you're also like, I better utilise my time by doing things, which, can be exhausting.
Then you just want to, like, your holidays, you want to use them to do things, but you also want to use them to chill out and do nothing at the same time. Exactly. But then you do nothing for a day and it gets to that night and you're like, I just wasted a day of my holiday.
Yeah, what did I do for my 2 weeks? Nothing.
So I think now with this different headspace and, having all this time to just do whatever the fuck I want, I don't think I'll get bored. Because I know all the editing is going to get put on me. And
not all of it.
No, I'm just fucking around.
But if I can, I will give you all of it.
I am, terrifyingly optimistic about the future, but I am looking forward to smashing my gaming backlog, which is only about 8 games.
That's
Not
good.
so bad. Not as bad as some I've seen on Reddit, where it's like the whole Steam catalogue.
See, every time we get games, like I play like a couple hours and then I have to stop. Like I play enough to review it and never go back to it. And that's just because of the way we live. Like it's really like I was thinking about this today. Not to get all like, but like it's funny. Like as much as I hate, like now that I'm back every day, like when I pull up to work, I sit in the car. I'm like, fuck, every day.
Yeah.
Because like I have a different reason to be home now.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes to. Is like, what I'm going to need to do is, you know, in The Simpsons, when like Homer gets that plaque in his office and he replaces it with Mac, like do it for her. Like that's the only reason I'll go to work now. That and this, you know what I mean?
But then you
But
like speaking from experience, because I have 2 kids, 12,
Yeah.
12 and 7. You're gonna miss things. You're gonna
I missed him giggling for the first time.
You're gonna
today.
miss the first this and the first that,
Yeah.
and all these other things, and there's fucking nothing you can do.
Like Millie sent me a video, like of him sort of like giggling for the first time,
Yeah.
and broke my heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's so happy to see, but it fucking killed me.
Yeah.
Because I missed it.
Yeah, I think I've missed first steps. I've missed birthday parties.
Retail, you don't get, you know,
Just retail.
work whenever they tell you to.
Yeah. So you know you do have to prepare you to miss things, but then you got to think.
But I got, yeah.
I missed that, but I'm here so that can happen.
Mm.
Yeah.
But without me, yeah, like, it's one of those things they always talk about with like, we're gonna get fucking deep and serious for a moment. But like whenever a child is born, the man goes in this weird like protective mode. He's like, I've got to fund my family, I've got to look after them, I've got to do.
I'm the hunter-gatherer.
I'm hunter-gatherer, that's what I wanted. Yeah. So like, that's how a lot of marriages break up when a baby's born. Because they feel the need to go and never be home because they're working 2 jobs. They feel the urge to just to keep everyone happy. You know, it's like, it's funny because I've got the opposite. Like between Millie and I, because we live comfortably. Like not well, but comfortably. Mm-hmm. So like, I kind of don't have that pull like, oh, we gotta work. I was like, let's go hang out with my kid.
Yeah, and see that, you know, coming back to the topic of, oh shit, I quit my job. Like I have 2 kids that I have to take into account. So... yeah, that does add another layer of scare to it, because you know
what? It even ballsier.
What if in 4 months something doesn't line up, and then my lease is up, and then it's like, well, fuck, like this has come and bit me in the arse.
Yeah.
Or it could be the other way around, and everything just, you know, being in a better headspace just lets things happen naturally and stuff. So.
Like if you're miserable all the time,
I
you have to work, you're drained, you're tired. That's affecting your kids as well.
Like that's not living.
And the biggest factor that made me do this was because I obviously ran it past my parents, because you know, parents are parents. I said, "Here's the plan. Give it to me straight. Am I making the biggest mistake of my life?"
Because they would know your whole history.
Yeah, they know everything. And Mum just says, "What the fuck are you waiting for?" I was like, okie dokie. And she goes, you haven't been you for months and months. Mm. And you know, being you, like you don't notice, yeah? Yeah. It's just every day. And you know, when you see someone only once or twice a week, like I see my parents, they notice that gradual change in demeanour and attitude.
Because no, it's 100% the thing. Like, when like I lived with my dad, like I got to like the loss of a bean, like when you're in it, you don't realise you're in it until you come out of it and you look back and you're like, fuck, I was in a bad place. Like, mentally, physically, I was just a fucking mess. Yeah. And like, you'll be the same. Like, you'll come out of it and be like, man, what the fuck? Why?
It's not depression. I've had
mine was.
I've had that before, and I know what that's like. It's just that feeling of, this is the rest of my life and I'm not okay with it.
Yeah. Trapped in a rut.
Yeah. Not to the point where I was on meds or anything, but it's just different headspace. You know? Yeah. Just fell into that rut where it's like, well, this is it.
You've changed it. You've done what thousands of people like. You are.
You're Walter White, man.
If you think of
I am bold.
If you think of Clerks for an example, that whole movie is about him like being stuck in a rut and knowing not sure where to go, and then at the end of the movie he's still in the rut.
Yeah.
But you've done what Waiting did at the end. He quit his job. Because he was like, the guy offered him a manager role. He's like, you could be here forever. And then he realised, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be him. Yeah. So I've made the decision. I don't have anything lined up. I'm changing my life now.
Yeah, wing it.
Yeah. Congratulations, man.
Stay tuned to the channel for a few months and see how that works out. 6 months later, there's just you two sitting there in an empty chair with a hat.
saw a very more personal, deeper side to the pop culturists, rather than us just talking about our dicks and games and stuff.
Also, I drew,
Like
I drew a dick on the table before the
We
video
did, we
started.
did.
I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, I didn't know what to ask people to comment below because I don't know where they could add to that.
Give
Interesting.
me games to play.
Yeah, there you go. What could?
I'm a big RPG fan.
Yeah, like if you had the time, Josh, what would you do with it?
Josh is telling you to quit your job as well.
Wait,
I'm not telling
no.
And cut.
I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
I'm Dylan Boyd.
See you soon.
And cut.